There you go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm going to call the roll. Trustee Bender.
Here.
Aldenseed.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Sellers.
Here.
And Sellers.
Here. Trustee, before we get started, I would like to say that it's time for us to close the chapter on the past. It's time for us to move forward. What happened, it's over. Now it's up to us to provide services to our clients to the best of our ability. Okay?
Okay.
All right. With that being said, I need a motion for the approval of minutes of October 15, 2013 special board meeting.
I move for approval of the minutes of October 15, 2013.
Need a second?
A second.
Motion by Bender, second by Sellers. Now it's open for discussion. If you guys would like to have anything you want to say about
The
those.
only comment I want to make is thank you for making them factual and not having all the editorials in them. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. All righty. Next on the agenda is the
We need a
approval.
voice vote.
We need a voice vote. I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass. Okay. Next is the approval of minutes for October 21st, 2013, Town Board regular meeting. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for, is it October 15th?
21st.
21st, I'm sorry, 2013.
Need a second?
I second.
Motion by Sellers, second by Alderson. Floor is open for discussion.
I have one correction
Mhm.
on the second page, under the assessor's report, second paragraph. The comment was most of them were residential properties, not commercial.
Okay.
And that's
Second
just
paragraph.
Why
switched.
didn't you correct that when I gave you the minutes?
I did, that's okay.
You did?
I did.
Oh, I have to go back and look. You said they, okay, no,
Residential.
Residential.
okay. I'll make that
Residential.
correction.
Most of which are residential.
Maybe I didn't catch that one. Sorry about
It's
that.
okay.
All right.
You said on the second page?
Uh-huh.
Second page, second paragraph on mine.
Did you, yeah. Right
Okay,
there.
there we go. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay,
All righty.
okay, now we can do it.
Any more discussion on it? Okay, all in favor?
Let me correct the motion.
Correct the
Then the
motion.
motion is, approve the meeting with the correction.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now we can do it.
Okay.
All right, now.
All in vote, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Next, I need a motion to approve the claims and demands and bills payable. Need a motion before we have discussion?
We need a motion to approve the motion first.
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Sellers.
You don't have to dock him too much.
Right.
Yeah.
All righty, trustees, the floor is open for discussion. Any questions?
I have a question, I'm not
Yes.
sure of this, but I do have a question on page 4.
Okay.
Archie's Bar and Grill.
Yes. The W-9 states Archie's Bar and Grill, and that's where the owners wanted and the property manager wanted the check to go.
It was what?
They own
That's what it-
property, they
they
have
own-
rental property as their,
They own rental properties, and that's where they want the checks to go. That's what's on their W-9s.
Okay.
because it's the company that owns the property.
I had a question about that too. That's why I had the answer. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How you doing? Good. No, good to see you.
We have a lot of rental properties. Yeah, a lot of them this month.
Yep.
I have a question. Did you ever do the, or find out the information on, seeing if we do have to pay, deposits? Could that deposit come back to Township, or did you ever find
Deposits
that out?
for.
Like ComEd, water, gas?
I had a call into them. I haven't followed up. They're supposed to call me back. They haven't called me back, so I'll try and call them again.
No, it just came, I just thought it when I saw water and sewer on here, I was just wondering.
Just a question on the rental properties. Are we good now that all these rental properties are solid and okay?
Yes, so far.
Okay.
So far. All, everyone that we've come in with new rental agreements, those addresses do not show up on our red flag list.
Great.
So we're good. I think the word is out that we're checking.
That's great.
Have you had much feedback in regards to lowering of the rents?
Yes, actually.
Good or bad?
Good, actually.
Good?
Actually
Okay.
good. Had a gentleman come this evening to drop off a W-9 form. And he said he understood why we did it. It was the right decision to make, and he was in approval of it. I had another gentleman come to the front desk and speak with our office manager, Mrs. Shelton, and he was kind of upset. You know, I can't believe you guys lowered the grant allotment, but you guys are doing a great job down here. So, well, thank you.
Give one breath, oops,
Yep.
another breath back.
Yes.
You're doing the
So-
right thing. Okay, good.
we haven't had any bad responses from it.
Oh, good.
I think we gave enough notice and gave people enough time to get prepared. So,
Do you have the I-9 forms down here for the people?
Yes.
I had a couple of phone calls about them.
yes, we have I-9 forms down here, and we're steady getting more and more in because we are making it mandatory that they get those I-9 forms into us.
Okay.
Because if they don't, we won't send anything to them. So they're getting them down.
Those are the renters,
Mhm.
the rental people we send money to.
Yes,
Yeah.
the landlords, they
The
bring
landlords.
W-9s from, so.
When will, which I know it's probably on the agenda, but when will how is everything going with the work program and some of the people that, you know, a lot of the people that we have on the list of paying their rents, how many of these people can we say, you know, will be on the work program?
Right now,
Don't you know?
we have a list of 57, but out of that list, they have to have their physicals done. So there's a bottleneck, because we have so many, they have to have physicals done. The thing is, we're waiting on the health department to give us clearance of the names so we can put into the program,
Oh, okay.
because we gotta have those physicals done before
And
we
we
put them in the
can, we can
program.
get them at the health department.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago, I had talked to Sarah about, we used to have mentors for the Prosper program. And I was just wondering if you had thought about that. It would be on, I think it would be good to show the public that it would be a volunteer basis. And, you know, at least get these people on track and try to meet with them a couple times a month. And, you know, lead them in the right direction. I know when I did it before, I really enjoyed it.
Sounds good.
And,
It's a great idea.
sometimes they've gotta talk to somebody else besides
Right.
these walls, you
Right.
know, maybe they have to voice opinion, or how am I gonna do this?
Mhm.
Sometimes it helps to get somebody else's input.
Good. I'll look into that. That sounds like a great idea. Last month we had 20, we gave out 20 applications along with the Ironed It Working Training Program. and only 9 applications came back.
Oh, good.
There you go.
So it's,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's,
Amazing.
people are starting to understand now that we're requiring more from them. As we're requiring more from ourselves, we're going to require more of our clients as
Yeah.
well.
Good.
Very good.
Any more questions or discussions on the claims and demand? If there are no more questions, I guess we need to call the roll.
Bender,
Aye.
Aldensee,
Aye.
Martin,
No qualifying due to the overage in a number of line items, and Mr. Sellers and I talked about that, and so.
Sellers,
Aye.
Supervisor Sellers,
I think I might have to abstain because
Just
I have a
one thing.
reimbursement. Right?
Yeah, well, if they all go to a seminar, they all have to abstain. You can abstain from that line item.
Okay, I
Just
abstain.
abstain from that line item, or you can vote on the rest of the bills.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
He went to
So
Gabby training.
and I abstain from,
What do I do is just excuse yourself from that one.
from, what is it?
that's the budget line. 1 second, let me look at the budget here.
Okay, so
It's under 011 administrative.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's third from the bottom, 10/29/2013
Yeah.
training.
That's the
yes,
Gabby
the GATA
training.
training, so yes.
Is that G-A-T-T-Y? Is
No,
that
no,
what
no.
Getty is?
GATI.
GATI.
General Assistance Training.
Institute.
Institute.
Okay, so I have that I with the abstention from the administrative line item, the Getty training.
Yes,
Okay, then the motion passed.
motion passed. Okay. The
We
soup.
need to have you guys sign this, so please, you don't need to, she does. Okay,
Anybody, should she hold from signing?
she's not gonna sign it, 'cause
Okay.
she
Yeah, I
voted
don't know.
no.
Okay. But I,
You do.
okay. And the date is the 4th. Wow.
And it's
11/4.
Yeah. Get mixed up.
Okay.
Under supervisor's report. Trustees, we are adopting the General Assistance Manual as it reads. We're going to follow the book to the letter. Thus, since our grant officially reduced to $245 this month, everything that we do will be in line with the General Assistance Manual. Okay? I had to let everyone know that prior to anything. Now, amendments to the budget. Which lines will be amended are the consultant lines, 522.8, legal services line, 5229, miscellaneous line, 5466, maintenance equipment line, 5235, and rent and shelter line, 5239. And we're going to look at that one in January. Rent and shelter, okay?
Okay,
Reason,
for my purposes, for taking these minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you said after legal services, what were the other two? The three? Does anyone get-
5466.
Miscellaneous.
miscellaneous,
Miscellaneous and?
maintenance and equipment,
Maintenance
Mhm.
and equipment,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and then what?
rent and shelter. Now,
Thank you.
the reason why we're going to look at that one in January is because we had a bottleneck taking information from the old system into the new system. So we had rent that was behind. So in the month of October, it made it look like our budget line was far out. We're going to look in January and see if it balances out some more. If it doesn't balance out to where it should be, we'll have to amend it then. But as of right now, we are at, where are we at here real quick?
I think it was 62.
Yeah, around 62, I'm thinking.
But that's
So-
not unusual for this time of year
Okay.
for some reason, because I look back at my records and.
Okay. So we'll hold off
so
on
That's a good decision.
that one. We'll hold off on that.
So
We'll
you're gonna hold
monitor
off
it.
on the rent and
Yes,
shelter?
yes, we'll monitor it. We'll keep it, we'll
Okay,
keep a close eye
but
on
the
it.
other four you're going to?
Yes, we're going to
amend.
amend,
Okay.
yes. Yes.
And will we get those amendments, what, next time?
Absolute matter of fact, here are the amendments, the increase, and the new budget.
One sec.
Come on, Mike, give it the program. You're killing me. All right. Yes, sorry, Clark.
Do we know, Mr. Sellers, what other lines those came from?
The lines they came from,
Yes,
I have to
in other
get the
words.
information from Liz, and I'll get it to you
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
All right, I'll get that information to you all. Okay. Any more questions on proposed amendment? We're gonna amend the budget at the next meeting. Right, my friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have to go through all those machinations about publishing and 30-day notice and all that?
I've checked with other townships and they normally do not do that, like laying it over for 30 days. That was my first question I
Publish.
asked. Yeah, well, we're not in the truth and taxation issue to begin the year, so we shouldn't be in one now, since we're not increasing the budget at all. We're just shifting money around inside each fund. So, as far as I know, we will be doing it at the next board meeting.
Okay.
So it's really not a budget amendment per se.
It is it's amending the line item
Line
amounts.
items.
We're not increasing it by a penny. We're just taking money from one line item, which has too much money, and putting it to other line items, which are more financially stressed.
Okay. And we'll be able to see where those.
Yes, I will
numbers
say
came
from line item this to line item this,
Okay,
and the amount.
thank you.
All right. I want to hand this out. These are our SSI reimbursements from May 3rd
All right.
through October 24th.
Looks good.
So we are, and we have, I think, 3 or 4 pending as well, so. That's what we have, Mark. Okay. I can see that. Right there. Okay. With that being said, I guess next is gonna be the assessor's report.
Nothing new. We're finishing up our board of review complaints. Hearing dates have not been set, so I'm not certain at this point when we're going to meet with the board of review. I would presume that probably, if not yet this week, it'll start next week.
You said dates have not been set yet?
No, no check.
For hearings.
Okay.
Question. TR 1316, that's not coming before the board.
It's been changed. That's the next thing on the agenda. You'll see it on the notice of exercise of options to extend lease agreement by 1 year. The landlord has suggested we don't need to modify it, which was on the previous budget. We're just gonna tell him that we're gonna extend it for 1 year. And he's gonna waive the 120 days advance notice requirement. That was his request. And I have a copy here to hand out to people.
But wasn't this, if I'm looking at the minutes right, it says it'll come back for approval
Right.
to the town board.
Since then, it changed. The landlord said, I don't want to do a modification. I would rather do just give me a written notice that you're going to extend it. And I said, are you going to waive the 120-day requirement? He said, yes, I will. He wanted a nice, simple.
But doesn't that require a vote of the board?
Yes, that's why it's on the agenda.
Oh,
See, in your minutes here, it shows the notice of exercise.
yes,
It was
I saw that.
Yeah. There was originally gonna be a modification agreement, but then he said, I don't wanna go through that, just give me a simple letter. A simple one-page document, and the reason I'm asking them, the landlord, to sign it, to not, instead of, we would normally just sign it ourselves, but since they're waiving the 120-day requirement, just to make sure the township's protected, I'm gonna have him sign it, and he said he wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay,
I've sent this to them,
so this has to be approved by the board or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
yes. Because it's basically extending the current lease agreement by 1 year.
This is
Landlord
not
is spelled
right.
wrong.
It says Patrick A. Sellers Jr. I had that to ask.
No,
him, are
I'm
you
not a junior.
I thought you were a junior.
No.
I
No,
apologize.
Landlord's not spelled
No.
wrong either.
I
No,
said,
junior.
Man, L.A.
Landlord,
I had to mouth it, I said, you and you. I was like,
Yeah.
You forgot the D in
Oh,
landlord.
on that line, I'll
You
add.
typed that, Barbara.
I did, no, I typed it.
I did not do this.
No,
Okay, Barb.
Ben tried to be funny.
Okay. Yeah,
So
bench.
take your own blame.
No, I'm
Yes.
not a junior.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'll take blame for things I
Junior,
do.
not my.
Yeah,
I was
you
like-
got a little bit on your plate.
Yeah, you got quite a bit on your plate, huh?
I was gonna go
Supposed to be a
start
jury
something.
trial.
Junior.
When I first read it, I said, Patrick A. Sellers Jr.
No, no, I'm not a junior. No.
I thought, what?
That's all right, Mike.
He's your father, Patrick?
No.
No?
No,
No.
That's
There
why
you
I
go.
was getting ready to
nowhere
start
near.
some
There
rumors.
you go.
Yeah, that.
A
Okay.
dog named Patrick?
No, I do not. No, I do not. We need to take a
We need to take a roll call.
roll
vote.
call vote.
We
Okay.
need a motion, first of all.
Okay.
Somebody needs to make a motion to approve
Motion to
this.
approve the notice.
Yep.
So moved.
Mhm.
Motion by Bender. Need a second?
Did somebody second it?
I second it.
Oh, you do?
Second
Okay.
by Alderson.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Bender,
Aye.
Aldency,
Aye.
Martin,
No, for reasons previously stated.
Sellers,
Aye.
Sellers,
Aye.
motion passed.
Motion passed. Okay, if nothing else, we have trustees report. Anything from the trustees?
Just a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to publish a treasurer's report or a revenue report like the city? The city just had 6-month, treasurer's, revenue report.
There used to be a requirement to change the law last year or the year before to say that if you have a annual audit, you're not required to publish that long report anymore, but you now publish a notice of annual audit and that it's available. But it's a much smaller thing than what we used to do.
So we'll just publish that?
Right, that's
Okay.
exactly right.
Because I remember it was a big
Yes,
frickin' deal.
Mhm.
They
We
just
had to
changed that.
Approve all this.
last 18 months.
Okay.
All right.
And then just one more question. Is the video from the meeting of the 15th of October available? Yeah.
Yes, I'll make a copy of it for you, and I'll get it to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Any other business?
The only thing I'm gonna say, let the board know that the three of us, Cindy, Patrick, and I are going down to Springfield over the weekend at the next 3 days for training. It's something that Sheila always went to every year, because when I was first clerk, her
There
and
were
I went.
always a lot of good trainings. for
Yes.
Township.
So Cindy's going this year.
Yeah. So we'll be-
I may be
Yeah,
going
sure.
on Monday
I
because
was-
there's a township attorneys meeting on Monday.
Oh,
I saw that and I wondered if you were planning
I
to
just got the
attend.
letter the other day.
good, dinner on Mike then.
I have this little cafe, a Sunrise Cafe, right down the street. I found it. We'll be fine. We can have dinner.
Okay. All right. Okay. Public comments. Anyone from the public, anything to say? Okay, no. Well, I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bender, second by Sellers.
Voice vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.